YouTube, what's going on? Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG the Mortgage Guy. We are live. We are blessed. Thank God for another day. I hope all is well today. Happy Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Happy Veterans Day. Salute to all the men and women in the armed forces. If you're a vet or if you're in the armed forces, man, type in chat. Represent yourself, represent yourself, represent yourself. If you are in the armed forces, currently active duty, retired, I salute you. I want to give a big shout out to my pops. He's no longer with us. He didn't die in service, but he's been passed away now 17 years. So shout out to my pops, David Garland. He served our country with the highest honors. So shout out the pops. This is the flag. I put a picture of him in my stories today on Instagram, and mad people thought it was me. And it definitely wasn't me. I know the genes, you know what I'm saying? Like, Pops was a handsome guy. So, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So shout out to all the active and veterans out there. I salute you. I love you. We all respect you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this is the first time that I am streaming simultaneously on YouTube and on Instagram. So shout out to technology first and foremost. This is the first time that I've ever done this, right? So if you are here on Instagram, shout out to you. If you're on your Instagram, type in the chat what your service, where you from, everything like that. I love you. I appreciate y'all. And shout out to y'all, most importantly, here on YouTube. Shout out to all of y'all. So, before we go forward, it's 11/11. I felt good today. We manifested everything at the highest level. So I feel good today. I woke up feeling good. I woke up feeling great. And I got a special offer for y'all today. But first, go to mgmortgageacademy.com and make sure you guys pick up my 2 books, House Hackonomics, The Real Estate Investors Manifesto. If you join the Mortgage Academy in the month of November, you go to mgmortgageacademy.com. It's right now $47 annually. And I'm going to send you both of these books for free. All you got to do is DM me, screenshot that you purchased the books. Purchase and join the academy, and I'm going to send you the books. Okay? I'm going to send you the books. So make sure y'all do that ASAP, or do it in the month of November while supplies last. Now, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Kiana Watson. Shout out to Kiana Watson and all the agents I met at the Agent Tool for Success weekend. It was incredible. Shout out to all of y'all, man. This was an incredible week, and I'm so proud of you, Kiana, and everything that you are doing. That was a great weekend. I spoke twice, Friday and Saturday. We had a great time. I dropped a lot of information, and the women, they welcomed me with open arms. A lot of you are tapped in. I love that community. I love my realtors. So shout out to all my realtors that are tapped into me. And a lot of you guys will ask me about mentorship. And this is what's on my heart. And I'm going to talk about my mentorship after the end of this VA presentation, because I want to give everybody who's watching this live a special offer, just because, and it's going to be a 24-hour offer, because I've never did my mentorship at this low price before. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But let's get into today's program and drop some gems in the chat if you are ready. Shout out to I Love Smoothies on Instagram. If you're in the Charlotte area, make sure you go check out I Love Smoothies. All right. So, let's get to the presentation. Let's talk about some VA loans now. In the comments, has anybody had experience working with VA loans? Type yes, type no in the chat if you've had experience with working with VA loans. Type yes or type no in the chat. Either which way, I'm going to give you a lot of information in a short period of time today. We are going to drop some gems. So get your pads, pens, get whatever you need, take your notes. Shout out to Izzy Hankins. She said me. She's a top producer realtor in South Carolina, and she's one of my mentees. She's killing it. She had over $1 million month last month and almost every month. Shout out to all my mentees that are out here killing it in the real estate game. So, okay, a lot of y'all saying yes, no. It's like a mixed thing. So this is going to teach y'all something tonight if you didn't know and you don't have experience. So let's get started, man, without further ado. Let's get started. Let me share my screen with y'all real quick. Okay, let me make sure it's teed up. Okay, I put this presentation together real quick. So, all right, type in chat if you can see my screen. Type in chat if you can see my screen. It should say VA Loans Explained. On Instagram, if you can see my screen, type yes in chat. I need everybody on YouTube, type yes in chat if you can see my screen and you can hear me loud and clear. All right. All right, bet. So we're going to get busy on this. We're going to get busy. Let's get started. VA Loans Explained by me, that mortgage guy. Okay. You know what? Let me stop sharing this real quick. Hold on. Let me stop sharing this. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. Let me redo this. I don't like the way that was looking. You know what? That's what it is. There we go. Much better. All right. Let me reshare. I bet. There we go. There we go. Much better. Much better. Let me know y'all can see me in chat. Type yes. Y'all can see the new screen in chat. Much better. All right, VA Loans Explained. Let's get busy. All right, so introduction to the VA loan program. The mission of the VA loan program was established to help veteran service members and certain surviving spouses to buy or refinance home. The core benefits, as most of you should know about VA loans, that is no down payment requirement, so which makes home ownership very affordable. Now, when they say no down payment requirement, yes, you can put no down payment, finance up to 100% financing with a VA loan, but that does not mean you do not need to put down money on contract. Let me say that again, y'all. Just because the VA says there's a no down payment requirement, it does not mean you do not need to put down money, earnest money on contract. You might have to put down 3%, 5% down on contract to secure your deal, because sellers are the ones who's going to dictate if they want money on contract or not the VA. Now, I just want to be clear. Do you all understand that? Type yes or no in chat. Just want to make sure first line out the gate, I want to make sure y'all understand. If it's blurry for you on Instagram, then y'all need to go to YouTube. Go to MG the Mortgage Guy on YouTube if you can't really see it on Instagram. Okay. All right. So there's no down payment. You have closing costs. There's always going to be closing costs. You know what? Let me do this. Let me take me off of the screen. Maybe I got to put me back on the screen. Can you hear me on Instagram now? Can y'all hear me on YouTube? If not, go over to YouTube. Okay. All right. No PMI. PMI is private mortgage insurance. So it's no PMI. So I guess when I took myself off the screen and on Instagram, it kind of took my audio away. So I got to stay on screen. So you're going to suffer. You're just going to have to listen to me. Okay. So it's no private mortgage insurance, no PMI with VA loans. You get competitive interest rates. Interest rates right now, let's just see what interest rates are. Let's go to one of my favorite websites, Mortgage News Daily. So the government loans were around 6.25% today. So VA is probably high fives, low sixes right now on a 30-year mortgage right now, which in this market is a very low interest rate. It says reduce closing costs. I mean, it restricts what lenders can charge, but you're still going to have all the other closing costs like title fees, title insurance, setting up your escrow account, recording fees, things of that nature. Okay. And we're going to talk about some of the VA fees a little later in this presentation. All right, eligibility requirements. Who qualifies for a VA loan? Veterans must meet specific active duty service minimums based on service period. Active duty service members eligible after 90 days during wartime, 181 days during peacetime. National Guard and reserves typically require 6 years of service or activation to use VA benefits. Surviving spouses, right? I get this a lot, right? So if you are a child, if your parents was a veteran, the VA benefits don't benefit you. Okay, because I get that a lot. Like, oh, my father's a veteran. Can I use his VA loan? No. I literally had that like 3 times in the last week. No, you cannot. Now, surviving spouse can. So the eligibility requirements for a surviving spouse, you got to be you can't be married again, right? Unless you remarried after 57 years of age. Death due to service. The veteran must have died from a service-connected disability or injury, missing in action or prisoner of war, death after service with service-connected disabilities, and disability rating requirement. The veteran should have a total or permanent disability rating for at least 10 years before the death for the spouse to qualify in certain cases. So if you're on YouTube, screenshot this because I know you guys can probably see this a lot better than you can on YouTube, right? Yeah, damn. I guess y'all couldn't hear me either on YouTube. I guess when I took myself off the screen, because I'm streaming to 2 locations, that's one of the hacks, I guess, right? Like, I guess I can't maneuver the way I want to maneuver. Whatever. All right. So do y'all understand surviving spouse requirements for the VA loans? Do you understand the surviving spouse requirements for VA loans? Type yes in chat or no. Type yes in chat or no if you understand surviving spouse requirements for VA loans. Okay. Yes. Okay, we good. We moving and shaking. All right, let's go to some game. Everybody type in chat, COE. COE. This is extremely important. COE, Certificate of Eligibility. Type in chat, COE. Type in chat, COE, Certificate of Eligibility, right? This confirms your eligibility of a VA loan. And how you obtain it, you go to your e-benefits portal, right, through the VA. You can pull it yourself. A VA-approved lender can access it and retrieve your COE as well, or you can do it by mail, which I don't recommend. But if you wanted to mail it, if you're just one of these old school type of folks out there, you can mail it and use the VA form 261880, and you can get your COE requested that way, right? You're gonna need your discharge papers as well, so you can pull your COE. But your COE is going to confirm how much entitlement that you have and how to get a VA loan. So it's extremely important. So all my veterans out there, make sure you are up to date with your COE. Types of VA loans, options for veterans and service members. All right, you can obviously purchase a home during a primary residence with 0% down. You can buy 1 to 4 family properties, townhomes, condos with VA loans. Okay. We have the interest rate reduction refinance loan, EARL, interest rate reduction refund loan. Now, I love the EARLs, and this is a really terrific option for when you own your home and you have a VA and you're able to do basically do a refinance. It's a simplified refinance option that lowers your rate. You can't take any cash out, and it doesn't require an appraisal. And the VA doesn't says you don't need a credit check, but most lenders out there will have an overlay where they're going to run your credit. But it's pretty much a no documentation loan for you to do a refinance on. All right. And you can do cash out refinance with a EARL. You can do cash out refinance with a EARL as well. So that's a great benefit. Even FHA, y'all. FHA streamline. You can do the same with a FHA loan as well, right? They don't call it an EARL, but they call it a streamline refinance. Let me see something. I want to see how this thing look on YouTube. Okay, looks decent on YouTube. All right. Maybe got to make this font bigger next time. All right, 2025 VA loan limits and entitlement. So full entitlement, eligible veterans with full entitlement can borrow without set loan limits based solely on the lender's maximum. If you got partial entitlement, veterans with partial entitlement due to existing VA loans may have limits based on county loan limits. Now, here's the thing when it comes to loan limits. The conforming loan limit for 2025 will be around $802,000 for a single family home. Now, if you're doing a conventional loan, or even and if you're in high cost areas and you're doing FHA, you can go up to that $802,000. One of the beautiful things that I love about a VA loan is that a lender can go above that amount. So if you're looking to buy a $1.5 million home and you can qualify for that home, it is possible that you can use your VA, do 100% financing, and get approved for that $1.5 million loan. You might have to put some money down depending on how much entitlement that you do have. But in some cases, I've seen well over $1 million approved on a VA loan with no PMI, 100% financing, well above the set loan limits that conventional Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac uses. It's a phenomenal program. Phenomenal. And you can use your VA loan twice, right? So once you use your VA one time, y'all, it takes away some of your eligibility, but you'll be able to use it twice, which is amazing. Now, you're not going to get approved for that high amount, but this is a situation where if you play your cards right, you can get 2 good properties using VA. And this is why we're going to talk about house hacking a little bit later, but this is something that everybody who's a veteran should be using, is this VA loan. Everybody should be using this if you are a veteran. Credit score requirements. Now, VA doesn't have a typical credit score mandate, but most lenders will have their own overlays. Do y'all know what overlays are? Type yes or no in chat. Do you know what an overlay is? Type yes or no in chat. Do you know what an overlay is? So overlay is when the lender puts their own guidelines on top of what VA is saying. So VA says there's no minimum credit score, but a lender is going to say, we want 580 or we want 600 or we want 620. That's an overlay. Now, the higher your credit score, the better. You're going to get a lower interest rate, and it's possible that you can get less, better loan terms. I wouldn't say better loan terms. The only real better loan term you get is probably a better interest rate, but your conditions coming out of underwriting might be less because you're not have a lot of credit challenges. So underwriting will be a lot smoother when you have cleaner credit, payment history, you don't have no lates, you're not maxed out, you don't have collections, things like that. The cleaner your credit, the better. Always remember that. You always have to ask yourself when you're going out here to these banks and you're looking to get money from a bank, y'all, would you lend to yourself? Ask yourself that question right now. Would you lend to yourself based off of your credit history right now as you are? Would you give yourself $200, $300, $400, $500, $700, $800,000 right now? Be honest with yourself. And it's okay. If you won't lend to yourself, you got to now make yourself mortgageable, right? If you won't lend to yourself, figure out how to get your credit better. Pay off your debt. Pay off your debt. Pay down and make your utilization lower. Dispute items that's on your credit report that are errors. Sometimes there's wrong addresses up there. Your name is spelled wrong. All of that stuff can clean up your credit report and improve your credit scores. Copy? Copy. All right, VA loan funding fees. So what is a VA funding fee? The VA funding fee is a one-time fee paid to the Department of Veterans Affairs, while most veterans pay 2.15%. This fee ranges from 0.05% to 3.3%, depending on the type of loan. If you use the VA loan before, or if you have a down payment greater than 5%. Okay, let's talk about, now here's the chart. Now you guys on Instagram, again, it's my first time streaming simultaneously to YouTube and Instagram, so don't kill me over here on Instagram. So you ain't probably gonna see this chart, but I have the chart on YouTube. So go to MG Mortgage Guy YouTube channel. You'll probably be able to see it better. My people on YouTube, screenshot it, and you'll be able to see the chart of the funding fees here on YouTube. All right, so if you're doing no down payment and it's your first time using a VA loan, it's 2.15% of the loan amount. If it's your second time using VA, you're paying 3.3% of the loan amount. And this gets financed into your cost, into your loan, right? You can pay it up front, but I would just recommend financing it, okay? If you're putting down 5% or more, you're gonna pay 1.5% on your first time use for a VA loan. And if it's a subsequent use, your second time using it, 1.5%. And if you're putting down 10% or more, you're going to pay 1.25% first or second time using your VA loan. So if it's your first time using it, no money down, you're paying 2.15%. So let's do some math, y'all. If you're taking out a $500,000 VA loan and it's your first time using it and you're paying 2.15%, how much is your VA funding fee? Type it in chat. If you have a $500,000 loan and you're paying 2.15%, how much is your funding fee with the VA? Type it in chat. If you are buying and you have a $500,000 VA loan and you're paying 2.15%, it's your first time using it, type in chat, how much is that funding fee? And it can be rolled into the loan, correct? And shout out to Devon I. She said, this is crazy. I'm on vacation in the Maldives, woke up for a morning sunrise and made some affirmations, and this live came up. Shout out to you in the Maldives. Look, that's why I said, get your calculators out. You're saying you have no idea. Y'all got to do some math, man. Y'all, Thank you, J Dub. $10,750. Goodness gracious. Y'all can't do math? Y'all tripping. Okay. Now, if you're doing a cash out refinance, if it's your first time using the VA loans, 2.15%, and the second time is 3.3%. And if you're doing the EARL, the interest rate reduction refinance loan, you're only going to pay 0.05% on your VA funding fee. Okay. Now, VA minimum property standards and appraisal. This is extremely important information. We're going to go through this because this is a little bit of information you got to know, right? So VA, when it comes to appraisals, your appraisal need to be safe, sound, sanitary. The property must be free of any hazards to ensure the safety for the occupants. Structural integrity is essential, meaning the property must be solid and in good repair. Sanitary, the property should provide a clean and healthy environment. Now, here's some detailed stuff about the MPRs. Access and property boundaries are safe and adequate access. Utilities are available and functioning. Roof condition is solid and leak free. Water supply and sewage disposal. You have safe drinking water. The mechanical systems, plumbing, electrical, heating are operational and safe. Foundation and structures, solid foundation. You cannot have no messed up foundation with VA loans. The property condition is livable, complete construction. You can't have no terrible property conditions. The ventilation and the drainage, you're getting proper ventilation. Pest control, free from infestation. Termite inspections. The seller has to pay the termite inspection, not the buyer. So you got to make sure there's no termites, no rodents, or other pests. VA don't play when it comes to that stuff. And, hazard and environmental conditions. You got to be free from hazardous materials. Okay. There's a whole bunch of, I'm going to upload this presentation into MG Mortgage Academy. I'm going to save this video too, and I'm going to upload it in the Academy as well. So that way all my Academy members can read along with this presentation as well. Okay. Now the application process is very simple. You choose yourself an approved VA lender. The Garland Mortgage Group, powered by UNMB Home Loans, we are an approved VA lender. So if you want to work with me and my team, you can email us at garlandgroup@unmb.com. I'm gonna type it in chat right now. garlandgroup@unmb.com. Just send us an email. Let us know you want to get a VA loan. We want to work with you. Maurice Harvey, you needed this. I got 3 clients that need this right now. Maurice Harvey, let's work together. Email me at garlandgroup@unmb.com. Let's get to work. Okay. Obtain your COE. Pre-approval, submit all your documents to determine exactly what you can get approved for. But most importantly, y'all, always remember what you're approved for doesn't mean you can afford. There's a big difference between eligibility and affordability. Type that in chat. Eligibility and affordability. There's a big difference. Eligibility and affordability. Big, big difference. If you can't afford the mortgage payment and the maintenance of it, just say hell no. Because some people going to want their money, rain, sleet, hell, snow. Work with VA savvy agents. Extremely important. VA is not a difficult program. But like anything in life, people tend to bash things that they don't fully understand. So work with a VA savvy realtor who understands the VA loan, the process, the program, so that way you can make your transition as seamless and streamlined as possible. Copy? Copy. Appraisal and underwriting, closing, you sign your final documents and you review disclosures and you go to the closing table. Pretty much. Let's talk about what documents you needed. We talked about the COE and length already. Proof of income, you need pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns. Now, when you're talking pay stubs, you need your past 30 days of pay stubs. You need your most 2 recent years of W-2s. If you are self-employed, we're going to need your tax returns, your most 2 recent years of your tax returns, bank statements. We need the past 2 months of your bank statements showing the funds and proof of funds to close on a deal. We need all pages of the bank statements, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have a bank statement that says it has 7 pages, even if that 7th page is intentionally left blank, the lender still will need that 7th page. Do not redact any information. Don't block out your account numbers or transactions. Don't black it out. Leave everything clean and crisp, because only thing underwriting is going to do is request for it. So leave your bank statements unredacted, please. Okay, we need to do a verification of employment. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do not quit your job. Do not become self-employed while you're in the mortgage process. Do not change careers. Do not. And I'm putting employment verification up here. And I normally don't talk about this in these type of presentations, but I have to, because too many of you are losing your fucking mind. Okay? I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this loud and clear. You're losing your mind. Stop thinking you can just change jobs or become an entrepreneur mid-process when you're trying to buy a house. You are messing up your deals. Keep your job. Please. Keep your job. Don't quit. Whoever told you you can quit your job lied to you. Do not quit. Please. You're hurting yourself. And I'm saying this because this has been happening a lot lately. I don't know what, and it's not like because you're getting fired. It's because y'all make a little money online or in a little business, and y'all like, yo, I'm gonna fire my job in the middle of the process. Can you please stop? Just wait out a couple more months. Then if you want to quit after you close, that's on you. But don't do it during the process, y'all. Y'all be tripping. Thank you. All right, residual income requirements. This is extremely important when it comes to VA loans. Extremely important when it comes to VA loans. Residual income is the amount left after all monthly expenses. Okay? This is the amount left after all monthly expenses. VA loan requirements focus on sufficient residual income for cost of living standards, monthly expenses considerate. So your PITI, your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, your monthly debts, credit cards, student loans, whatever's on your credit report. So the minimum residual income is based on your region that you live in and your family size. For example, if you have a family of 4 living in the Northeast, you need to have $1,025 left over after all of your expenses. Your family size and the region that you live in affect this amount. Now, here's another chart. On Instagram, you probably can't see this, but on YouTube, screenshot this. This is extremely important. Now, this is for anyone getting a loan over $80,000. There's another chart for below $80,000, but I'm not going to put that up there because I don't think nobody's getting a loan under $80,000 these days. So I think this is more relative to the situation. So you can see on the left-hand side of the chart, it tells you the family size. So 5 people in your family or more, even if they're not on a loan, this is household. Who's living in the house, right? And this tells you how much money you need for each region and how many people are living in this household after all your expenses. You got that? Type yes or no in chat. If you 1099 J-Dub and you've been 1099 for 2 years, we need to see your tax returns and we need to look at what's your net income after you told Uncle Stan, after you paid. So basically, 1099 is self-employed. So what are your expenses? So if you make 100,000 J-Dub and you tell Uncle Sam, well, I had 90,000 expenses, so my income's only $10,000, then we're using the $10,000 to qualify you. Make sense? Make sense? Okay, good. All right, so screenshot this chart, screenshot this chart, screenshot this chart. All right, house hacking with a VA loan. My favorite thing. Eligible for properties up to 4 units, as long as you intend to live in one. Okay, you have to live in it for at least 1 year. Your rental income can offset your mortgage payment. If you live in one unit and rent out the others, you can use the rental income to help cover your mortgage and increase your savings. Lenders will allow 75% of the projected rental income from the other units that you're not living in to count towards the borrower's qualifying income. So VA loan, and someone said earlier in the comments was saying about, so could you get to, what was it? You asked me if you can get 2 VA loans or 2 multifamilies or something like that with a VA loan. It's possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible. And you can use the rental income to help you qualify. So it's not far-fetched, right? Like, it's not far-fetched. How long do you have to wait before buying a second home under the VA loan? Says CJL Solutions. Well, that can, again, you have to live in it for 1 year. So as long as you live in it for 1 year, let's do some Q&A right now. Let's stop sharing. Let's do some Q&A, right? So as long as you live in it for 1 year, let's put this up here. How long do you have to wait before buying a second home under the VA loan? Okay, so it depends. It's all on one, can you qualify for it? The guidelines say you have to live in it for 1 year, but does that mean you can qualify for another home? CJL Solutions, using a VA, do you have enough entitlement left over to get you another home using a VA? So there's a lot of factors in this, right? When it comes to house hacking, it's not how long do you have to wait, it's can you qualify? Because if you can qualify, then the world is yours. You can do this year over year over year. But if you don't qualify and if you don't have the capital, then it can slow your process down. Man says, can I use my housing choice voucher with my VA loan? That is a very good question. That is a very good question. I know what FHA you can use like vouchers and Section 8 and things of that nature. With VA, I've never had that situation before, just to be 100% real with you. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'll say that. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'll leave it out there. Let's get some questions on. Shout out to Mr. Archery on Instagram. Said, hey, if you guys didn't get MG the Mortgage Guy's book yet, it'd be a great Christmas present to yourself. That's a fact. Make sure you pick up the books. Right now, if you join the Mortgage Academy, you get the books for free. Go to mgmortgageacademy.com. Go to mgmortgageacademy.com and pick up the books. You get them for free. All right. Terrence says, should we use equity from the first home to buy another home? Absolutely. But you got to have a plan. First of all, you got to qualify for it. You got to qualify. You have to have enough equity in the home to pull out a home equity line of credit. That's number one. Number two, you have to qualify for it. Number three, you need to have the capacity, meaning you need to have a plan of action, because you just don't want to take equity from your home and you don't really know what you're doing. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the credit. You don't have a game plan and a blueprint to help you be successful with buying more real estate. So yes, Terrence, you should, if you have all those things intact. If you don't have all those things intact, do not touch your equity in your home. Leave it alone. until you figure it out, until you learn more. Because sometimes what I've seen people is just taking out home equity lines of credit, and then they're using it for foolishness, right? They're using it for foolishness, and it's not helping them. Okay. If you switch, CJL said, if you switch jobs within the same field, is that acceptable? Yeah, it's acceptable if you go from W. So what I mean by switching careers and jobs, right? You hurt yourself when you go from W-2 to 1099 or self-employed. You're starting your clock over. But if you're going from W-2, let's just say you're working at FedEx and you go work for the post office and you're making more money, that's okay. Just let your lender know so we know how to document it properly so you don't get caught up. Right? So, yeah. So, all right. The Mortgage Queen on Instagram says, what is the Mortgage Academy and do you recommend it to a seasoned LO? So, yes, the Mortgage Academy is my online community on Mortgage Queen. It is, hold on, let me take this comment off. It is my online academy. That's where I host all my classes, webinars, things of that nature, and all the replays are there. We have a lot of content in there that can help seasoned loan officers, new loan officers, realtors, and above. But what will help you more, the Mortgage Queen, if you are a seasoned loan officer, one-on-one mentorship is what's going to help you more, right? When you be able to have access to me directly and we're able to have weekly or bi-weekly conversations over a 12-month time frame, and these mentorship calls are geared towards you, whatever you want to discuss, right? So if it's a matter of scaling your business, I can help you with that. If it's marketing and branding, I can help you with that. If it's social media, I can help you with that. If it's entrepreneurship, I can help you with that. If it's lead generation, I can help you with that. If it's getting on more stages and podcasting, monetizing, I can help you all that, because this is all the stuff that I do on a daily basis, and I do it extremely, extremely, extremely well and for profit, right? So one-on-one mentorship, Mortgage Queen, that's what can help you and anyone else, right? So if you want one-on-one mentorship, and that was going to be my talk to y'all today, so I'm glad you brought this up, so I'm going to talk about it right now. I got another screen, y'all. That's why I'm pointing and looking over here. And I see my Instagram over here, right? So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, whether you're a home buyer, investor, real estate professional, typically I charge $5K a year. You get unlimited one-on-one calls with me. You get in-person meetings with me. But when I came back from Kiana's event, I was on the plane last night, and the turbulence, that turbulence was ridiculous last night because it was pouring rain the whole time in New York. And I don't know, I woke up this morning with a certain number. Today is 11/11. I started manifesting things, and the number just kept on coming to me. It was in my spirit. It was in my soul. So for the first 7 people, I'm going to give y'all my personal cell phone number right now. Everybody take it down and only freaking text me if you are interested in mentorship. 516-451-9138. I'm not even telling you to DM me. I'm telling you to text me directly, because this is how real my mentorship is. You get one-on-one with me. 516-451-9138. For the first 7 people, I'll give it to you instead of $5,000, $1,500. First 7 people who sign up get it, and then I'm closing it off. It's 11/11. I don't know why that number was in my head, 7 on 11/11, and just 1,500. So that's what it is. Come one, come all. First 7 who sign up. Okay. 516-451-9138. 516-451-9138. I've never offered 1-year mentorship at this price point before. I probably never ever will, but I'm going to follow my GPS and my soul that told me offer that today on 11/11, because so many people this weekend was asking me about mentorship, but obviously price was a concern for a lot of people. They've invested 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 into some of these programs, which is kind of crazy to me sometimes when I think about it. So that came to my spirit. So if you want one-on-one mentorship with me, text me your full name and your email address to 516-451-9138. And it's 1,500. Erica, she said, we had a time at the event. That event was fire. Shout out to Kiana. I had a great time. Great time. Terrence says, I'm joining the academy. Join today. That's only $47. So Robert Smith said, Peace King, how can I buy another home using a VA loan for the second time? I've been in my current house for 4 years and want to get a multifamily closer to work. So you have to get your certificate. You have to get pre-approved, Robert, and you have to get your certificate of eligibility so we can see exactly what you're eligible for, what your COE, and plus also get you pre-approved. So if you want to work with me and my team, Robert, or anybody who's watching this, email us at garlandgroup@unmb.com. Email us at garlandgroup. I typed it in the chat in YouTube. Matter of fact, can I type it in the chat here on Instagram? Let me see. garlandgroup@unmb.com. So if anybody want to work with me and my team, that's the email. That's there. And Real Estate by James Dean, yes, I'm going to pin that comment right there. You said that is the number. All right. Do I recommend mentorship if you are new to the industry? Absolutely, because you need it more than anybody. You knew. Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. Matter of fact, let me not pin that comment. Let me unpin that. I'm tripping. But you got the number. Use it, brother. The Mortgage Queen, 516-451-9138. First 7, y'all. First 7. Nothing more, nothing less. So Mortgage Queen, I want to see you there. I should be getting a text from you right now, Mortgage Queen. Robert Smith, we would love to work with you. Shoot us an email and let's work. First 7, y'all. Okay. JD, what's that? JD Gleck says, what's a good rate for a 30-year VA loan right now? It's whatever you qualify for. I don't know. I don't know what your credit score is. Your mentorship help people in Chicago. I have mentees from all over the country, Marco, on Instagram, all over the country. So yes, my mentorship help everybody nationwide because the real estate that what I teach and what I do is all nationwide. And JD Glex, I don't know what the rate you're going to qualify for. I have no clue. Yes, we do hard money loans. So like I said, y'all, if you want to be a part of the mentorship, we help you with everything. Hard money, private money. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's deeper than that, right? When you come to the mentorship, let me just be very clear with y'all. This is like real estate therapy. You come with your problems, I got the solutions. Period, point blank. You got problems, I got solutions. Any of my mentees will tell you if they're on here live, they can chime in. I gave y'all all my cell. I've never gave out my cell on live before in my life, right? My mentees text me all day long about deals, about problems, about structuring deals, about making offers. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Sometimes I'm like a damn therapist, literally talking people off the ledge. Like, it's everything you need in your life. All right, let's see. Let's take a couple more questions because we're coming up on 8 o'clock. We've been on here for an hour. If you got value from today's live, throw some gems in the comment, please. Investor Light on Instagram said, can I co-sign on an FHA loan for my wife if I already have an FHA loan in my name? Probably not. And if you have a wife, now that I think about this, if you have a wife, sir, if she lives with you, why is she doing an FHA loan? Is that FHA, that new house, going to be a new primary residence for y'all? Do you have a read line company you use that are fast? I don't know what's a read line company, Christy the Fluff. Realtor Sade says, thank you for not giving a rate because you get mortgage lenders just throwing out rates. You have to get pre-approved. We can run scenarios all day, just get approved. Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, Realtor Sade, because that's why I always tell people, like, I don't know what you're going to qualify for. Like, the rates are the rates, is whatever you qualify for at the end of the day. And unless you do a full pre-approval, we don't know what rate you will qualify for. And when you do get pre-approved, you're only getting qualified for the rate of that day. Remember, guys, if you're not locked in, it's floating with the market. So the market can go up, down, left, or right. If you're not locked in, meaning if you don't have a contract, if you're not having a deal in place, that rate you get quoted does not matter. So you can get pre-approved at a 6% today. Who cares? Do you have a contract, ma'am or sir? And if you don't have a contract, no one cares what that rate says. Because in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whenever you find a house, if the rates are 8%, guess what you're going to get? 8%. How fast do I reply to text messages? As soon as I get off of this live. 516-451-9138. What's your name? Diesel Don. Welcome to my world. Text your full name and your email if you want the mentorship. First 7 people. So Expensive Dreams says, would you recommend getting a multi-unit duplex for the first-time buyer as an investment property? So I would say if you're a first-time home buyer and you want to be a landlord, answer that question, Expensive Dreams, on Instagram, and everybody here on YouTube too. I want you to answer that question. Do you want to be a landlord? Yes or no? Type it in chat, please. Do you want to be a landlord? Do you want to be a landlord? Yes or no? A lot of people on YouTube are saying no. On Instagram, y'all saying yes. JR on YouTube saying absolutely. So if you want to be a landlord and you're a first-time home buyer, second home buyer, whatever it is, then yes. And especially if you are a first-time home buyer, you absolutely should go after a multifamily. Because if you are going for the single family and you saying you want to be a landlord, then the actions are not mapping the words that are coming out of the mouth. You're actually contradicting yourself. Think about that. You are contradicting yourself if you say, yeah, I want to be a landlord. I want to build a real estate portfolio. I have limited money, but you know what? I'm going to go buy the single family first. Hello? Let's make it make sense here. Let's make it make sense. So if you want to be a landlord, then yes, you should go out and buy a multifamily. Now, understand, if you do buy a multifamily, those tenants ain't guaranteed to pay you $1. So you need to make sure that you have enough money to pay your mortgage, and most importantly, you can afford your mortgage. Somebody said, Marco said, Airbnb landlord, Airbnb landlord. Good luck. Linda said, hell no on YouTube. All right, Lewis Luck, let's get this question. You said, if you were to buy a multifamily that has 4 units, can you get a 30-year commercial loan? For example, a 6-unit in Brooklyn? No. If you're talking commercial, you're not getting a 30-year mortgage. You are going to get probably a 20 to 25-year term. And that is a whole different ball game and a whole different conversation that we will not have on this channel. We will have that in the Mortgage Academy. Matter of fact, I should do a commercial real estate mastermind. If y'all want to attend a commercial real estate mastermind, Put it in chat. Maybe I have that as an in-person mastermind. Terrence says, property management is so imperative to learn when buying a multifamily. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. You better learn how to manage your property managers. Okay. Joe Third say, yes, we should have a commercial real estate mastermind. Let me take some of this green juice. Yo, this green juice is so banging. A lot of y'all been saying I've been glowing lately, man. You know why I've been glowing? I've been drinking like 2 or 3 of these a day. Man, that joint tastes good. All right, we got a couple people texting right now. Let's do a call tomorrow. I don't know who said let's do a call tomorrow. Okay, this is Brittany. Okay, shout out to Brittany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people already inquired about the mentorship. 516-451-9138. All 5 of you, I will be reaching out as soon as we do this live. I'm gonna send you an invoice. Pay the invoice and let's get busy. All right. What time is it? It's 8:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna take 1 more question, 2 more questions. I'll take 1 from Instagram and I'm gonna take 1 from YouTube. Let's make it good questions. So I said scratch lunch then. Nah, we're still gonna eat lunch. Still gonna eat lunch. Shout out to Home Loan Swift Tony on Instagram. Shout out to you. Appreciate you too, bro. Appreciate all my lenders out there, all my realtors. I rock with all of y'all, man. It's always love when y'all come out to me when I'm outside, man. I appreciate all the love. I do this for y'all so that we all can run it up and make our lives easier. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get 1 more question from YouTube. We had a lot over here. Let me see what's good. Remember, if you want to work with me and my team, email us at garlandgroup@unmb.com. Email us at garlandgroup@unmb.com if you want to work with me and my team. Okay? Email us at garlandgroup@unmb.com. And make sure you guys join the Mortgage Academy today. Go to mgmortgageacademy.com. Make sure you join the Mortgage Academy. You join the Mortgage Academy today. You get both of the books. House Hackonomics, the Real Estate Investors Manifesto. Yeah, kind of like my setup now. I love my setup in the crib. All right, join mgmortgageacademy.com. Get the books for free. Okay. Can we use, Terrence says, let me put this on the thing. Can we use FHA if we use VA loan already? Or are there still, no, you can't. So if you want to look, so we're talking house hacking, right? If we're talking house hacking and we're speaking about the way I think you should house hack and what loans you should use, you should always start with your VA. So if you can do VA first for your 4-family, if you can get away with VA for your second property, for your 3-family, then FHA for your duplex, and then conventional for your single family. Home run. So you go 4, 3, 2, 1. But if you can't do VA, FHA, you can do VA, FHA, conventional, and then maybe VA again because you have that entitlement still left over, and you can probably get a nice single family, right? So there's many ways to kind of put the pieces together. It's like a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would definitely recommend. But again, all of this is only if you can qualify. If you can qualify, Terrence, then the world is yours. The world is yours. Shout out to Tanya McNeil, who's checking in about the mentorship. Who else is this who just hit me up? Kiara Jones. Shout out to you for just texting me about the mentorship. Shout out to Marcus Ward. Shout out to Rose. Somebody just text me mentorship and didn't leave their name. I ain't gonna probably know who you are, but shout out to all of y'all who just hit me up. 516-451-9138 is the number. Full name and email address. First 7 people, $1,500 only instead of $5,000 for the year. Unlimited calls, one-on-one with me, and you can meet with me in person too. Terrence said they lied to me. Then the loan officer said no as a first-time owner. Well, this is why I do what I do, because most of these people don't know what the hell they're doing. This is why you got to join the academy, Terrence. This is why you got to get on the mentorship, right? This is why you got to do certain things, so that way you fully lock and load and you have your blueprints of success. These cats don't know what they be talking about. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. So of course they lied to you. It's not that they lied to you. They just don't know. Joy to the World on Instagram says, are there certain fees waived if you are 100% disability? You can possibly get your funding fee waived. Yes, but your COE will tell us everything. Your certificate of eligibility will tell us everything that we need to know about that. I wonder if I can, on Instagram, I can only pin comments. I can't like put them on the screen like I'm on YouTube. Okay. Yes, they lied to you. They definitely lied to you. Okay, this has been a fun live. Everybody hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button. If you're on Instagram and you watch this, shout out to all the 50, 60 of y'all who was on there consistently. Shout out to everybody who was on YouTube consistently with me. Between both platforms, there was over about 150 of y'all for this VA loan presentation. I think I'm going to start doing this more often while I stream to both platforms. So if you're on Instagram live right now, you're probably not going to be able to see the replay of this video. So make sure you go to my YouTube channel, MG the Mortgage Guy, and subscribe today and hit the bell for notifications. Check the live tab for all the replays if you are on my Instagram watching this live stream live. Robert said, how did we obtain a COE? I mean, we said this in the beginning of the platform, but you got to go to the portal, or you can have the lenders look at it. You can go to your VA portal and get it. But shout out to all y'all who was tapping in with me. I think I like this experience of streaming to both live simultaneously using this StreamYard platform. It's very, very, very good. On Instagram, how do you guys like the sound quality? How you like the audio, the visuals on Instagram? Is everything clear and concise for you guys? I know the slides probably wasn't the best because it was my first time doing it over there, but now that I'm full screen, how do you guys feel about this streaming experience over there on Instagram? I know YouTube, you guys are crispy because I can see it plain as day. So Terrence said, thanks, brother. Very helpful as always. Excited about joining the Academy. I'm out. Thank you for joining. And yes, lowest commercial property requires 25% to 30% down minimum. Man says, this is exactly what I needed. Appreciate the info. I wish you peace and prosperity. I will be in touch. I appreciate you, man. And you got on your uniform and your profile pic. So thank you for your service. And all our vets and active duty folks, we appreciate you guys and your service. So you don't know what you don't know says, I was there and then came over here. It was the same to me. Okay. Robert Smith said IG was rough, so I switched to YouTube. I appreciate you coming over to YouTube. So that's what's up. Let me see what my IG sound quality is good. A little freezing, but it's good. That's what they're saying on Instagram. A couple of people said it's nice, it's solid. CLJ Solution said it's good. It was freezing up a little bit on YouTube, but IG is clearer. Okay. Looks and sounds good. The Mortgage Queen. Mortgage Queen, did you text me? And when you text me, Mortgage Queen, let me know you're the Mortgage Queen. Kalia Williams says it's nice. Sound quality is good. A little freezing, but it's good. Okay, I guess it's the first time that the system had to go through this. I don't know. First time I've ever done this. So again, followed up on commercial real estate meetup. Gavin Adams said I'm following up on a commercial real estate meetup. Yeah, I'm going to put that together. So again, if anybody here, like I said, for the mentorship program, if you are interested in joining my world and having one-on-one conversations with me over the next 12 months to help you achieve your real estate or entrepreneur goals, no matter what it is, if you're a home buyer, investor, real estate professional, my mentorship program is $5,000 a year. But again, I woke up this morning with it's 11:11. A number just kept on coming to me. So I'm offering it right now for the first 7 people, only 7 people, for $1,500 for the year. This is my lowest price that I've ever offered mentorship one-on-one. You can have in-person meetings with me no matter what city I'm in. If you're in the same city with me, pull up, let's talk, right? Let's break bread. If you want to have one-on-one calls with me on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, you have access to it, okay? So text me, 516-451-9138. Text me your full name, email address, and let me know you was on today's show. And let's talk about it. And let's get that invoice paid, because I'm only taking the first 7. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not having long, drawn-out conversations about this. It's either you with it or you're not. Like, I'm not having long, because I don't even want to do this 1,500, but I'm following my GPS in my system. I'm following my GPS, and that's what my GPS told me to do, so that's what I'm doing. So first 7, sign up. That's it. Joy to the World said volume and visual was good for me. Thank you. Let's see. Who else? Okay, everybody said good. What's your name, Queen? I can't. You're the rebel. I can't pronounce your first name. You said, what route would you go if you don't qualify for VA and our first-time home buyer wanting a multifamily? I would go either. If you house hacking, definitely would go conventional FHA first. But I think the best thing to do, the rebel, is let's get you pre-approved, so that way you can get a better idea of what you could qualify for. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to either go conventional or FHA. And then from there, we'll be able to get you the blueprint. My team can help you with that. So if you email, and I put it in the chat, Rebel, garlandgroup@unmb.com, and say you want to get pre-approved for this, my team can help you and get you to the closing table. Shout out to Izzy. She's one of the mentees. She know the vibe. She was at the Agent Tools for Success weekend. We had a break bread session, was building. So, it's true. I do meet with my mentees. I've met with several mentees in the past couple months on one-on-ones. If you already reside in a single family, how do you start the 4-3-2-1 house hack until you have enough capital to get your second property? You don't start it. Unfortunately, you don't start a 4-3-2-1 if you own a single family already. You already got a 1. So if you want to get a 2, 3, or 4, you're going to have to put down more down payment, because it's going to be very hard to convince an underwriter that you're moving from a 1 family to a 2, 3, or 4. Shout out to Izzy. She said, come sit with the bosses. That's a fact. Come break bread with the bosses. So JD Glex, unfortunately, and everyone else who started 1 family, it might be difficult for you to house hack at this point, unless you sell your single family and start all over, which I'm not recommending you doing that. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying that would probably be the only logical way that you could do that. Okay? Come sit with the bosses. Let me pin that comment. Come sit with the bosses. Can you use FHA loan for your second property? If it's more than 100 miles away, yes. Other than that, no. All right. That's all I got for y'all. We've been on here for 1 hour and 10 minutes long. All y'all go head over to Earn Your Leisure's YouTube channel and go watch Market Mondays. They're talking a lot about Bitcoin tonight. So I'm going to go chime in with that and see what Bitcoin and everything is, the future of what's happening with Bitcoin. So y'all go to Market Mondays, go to Earn Your Leisure's page and go watch Market Mondays. If you on Instagram, go over to my YouTube channel, hit the live tab and watch the replays. And like I said, the first seven who want mentorship, you get it at that low price that I'll probably never offer again. Okay? I'm following my GPS, ladies and gentlemen. I'll explain it on another day. Okay? I will explain it on another day. All right? That's all I got for y'all. Matt Garland. I hope you had a great time with me tonight for an hour and 10 minutes. Salute to all my veterans. We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you for your service. I love y'all. Peace.